Great morning, Facebook. It's your boy, Joe, saying hello to all of y'all. Saying hello to my friends in the YouTube world. Saying hello to my friends on Instagram. Basically saying good morning and hello to America. Now, this brother, I'm showing you right now, talented brother. His name is Malcolm Kenyatta. He is a House of Representative politician from Philadelphia. He represents the district of 181. I stumbled upon this brother right here when he was running for that office back in 2000, I think it was 17. I get news programs from all over the country. That's something I've always did. But even before the Fire Stick came out, I had YouTube links to just news all over the country. So I would get news from, of course, from Philadelphia, Cleveland, Chicago, Los Angeles, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Bronx, you name it. I was getting news from these areas. And this brother right here, I'm telling you, he won his seat in 2018. The brother has talent. His education, whew, deep. I'm telling you. This a brother right here, y'all want to keep your eyes on. He remind me of Barack. When Barack made that speech at the 2004 Democratic Convention, I said to myself, who is this brother? At that point, I immediately needed to find out who this brother was. So I started doing research. And my girlfriend at the time, she saw my interest in him. My birthday was coming up. And as a gift, she brought me this book here. The Audacity to Hope. Now, at that time, I was a ferocious reader. Ferocious reader. My goal was to read 1,000 books. There ain't a book in my house right now that you cannot grab, open up, and see yellow highlights throughout the whole book. Even little notations where, at times, I'm arguing with the author of the book because I disagree what's in that passage. I mean, I'm talking about John Locke's Two Treatises of Government, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, A Social Contract, David Hume, Sir William Blackstone, you name it, it's up in here. Montague's The Spirit of the Laws. So I was a ferocious reader at that time. And people would see me reading this book, especially African Americans. And they would ask me, so what's the diagnosis? What you think about this guy? And I would tell them, if he says the words in this book to white America, I wasn't talking about black America. I said, white America, he's going to be president of the United States. And you know what they did, y'all? They laughed at me. They laughed at me hard. Even my own girlfriend. She it was funny what she did. And she laughed at me too. She did like a little stroke down my face like, oh, you so cute. No, he's not going to be president. It's going to be Hillary. That's what she said. And I looked at her like, no, it's going to be this guy. This gentleman here, Malcolm did an interview the other day. And I want to share this with y'all. I want you to look at this interview. Look at this interview. Listen to this brother speak. Because I'm telling you, y'all, this brother a rising star. So, without further ado, I'm going to let you listen to the congressman.
Joining us now is Kelly Kenyatta. He is a state representative in the Pennsylvania State Legislature representing City of Philadelphia. Representative Kenyatta, thank you so much for being here. I've been looking forward to talking to you all night. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Rachel.
So we have been talking about over time, over recent weeks, including you and me talking on the air about attempts in Pennsylvania to basically monkey wrench the ballot counting process, to stall it as long as possible, to try to allow for false claims of voter fraud or things going wrong in the voting process to be used as a way to shut down the vote. It does seem like what we thought was going to happen in Pennsylvania is happening in terms of what the Trump campaign is trying to do. How do you feel things stand in your state overall right now?
So first of all, let me say this, Rachel. We cannot, in this moment, allow Donald Trump to have our joy. You know, he can't take our joy, can't steal it. We can only give it away. He's going to go down in history as one of a very small handful of incumbent presidents to lose re-election, and I think Joy hit the nail on the head, and it is going to be in large part because of the conscience of America, and that is black voters. And here in Pennsylvania, what we're seeing with the delay is exactly what the Republicans, this is their fault that we're having a delay. The president is crying about a delay. He should have really just called into the Republican House caucus and told them to pass the pre-canvassing bill that we wanted to pass, which would have allowed counties to begin counting ballots earlier, and we would have had a result, if not last night, we would have had a result early this morning. And when we get that result is going to be a repudiation of Donald Trump, everything he stood for, and his failure of the last 4 years.
Representative Kenyatta, and hey, it's great to talk with you. I have to say that Ms. Rachel Maddow did the bomb interview with you the day after I had you on. I was so envious. I was just hanging my head in shame that her interview was so bomb that it was amazing.
Sure.
You guys were so great together. But so I'm glad to have the two of you back together again. But the other thing that you talked about with Rachel was just the legislature itself, which was the subject of a lot of fear, I think, from a lot of people who are watching Pennsylvania, that they might go to the extreme to try to place the electors for Donald Trump, to make those the electors really kind of almost no matter what. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about what they might do and what, in a partisan sense, they might do. What do you think the boundaries now are of their ability to interfere going forward, regardless of what happens with these cases?
Well, they wanted to do it. And it really was, the coverage here and other national outlets who talked about this that stopped them from doing it. They basically said as much. They were willing to move forward with throwing a monkey wrench, Joy, to use your words, into this election. And just imagine where we would be today if they were able to subpoena ballots as they wanted to, if they were able to subpoena whole polling machines as they intended to do with this election integrity committee. I think at this point, all they can do is what they're doing. I think it was Eric Trump came to Philadelphia with baseless attacks, with another maskless event, whining about the loss that his father is about to receive. And I think instead of crying and whining and complaining today, Donald Trump should have tried being a better president, but he was not. He failed at this like he's failed at everything else he's ever tried his hand at, and it's why Joe Biden has received more votes than any person to ever run for president. It's why he's going to win Pennsylvania. It's why, he's going to win states like Arizona, because I've been seeing so much on Twitter of people depressed. Don't be depressed. No one election is going to solve all of the problems that we face. This election was about first securing our democracy, and we've done that. The second thing this election was about is opening the door to the next chapter. And then we're going to have to write that chapter together. And so what I hope folks take away from this is that they're going to have to stay engaged. The engagement that drove them to stop that election integrity committee is the same type of engagement that we're going to need to continue to have on issues from climate to gun safety to healthcare. Stay engaged, stay involved, but celebrate this moment, because Joe Biden is going to be the next president. Kamala Harris is going to be the next vice president because of the engagement that we've seen all across the country.
Wow, you just preached a word.
Except, I'm telling you.
That was a word.
Don't listen. I'm telling you, every time we put him on TV, people call and are like, who is he?
star.
I know, don't tell him. Okay, Representative Malcolm Kenyatta from the great state of Pennsylvania. We will continue to talk about you behind your back after we go to this commercial break, but know that we are so happy to have you here and to hear from you tonight. And good luck to you and your state over these next few hours as we wait to find out what happened there, sir. Thank you.
Well, I can't wait, Rachel, for you to call Pennsylvania, because it's going blue.
I hear you. It won't be my call when that happens, trust me.